during World War II, a lot of sailors started traveling the world, all over the place, bringing back designs from places like Japan, even like European stuff too. But after that, it was on. A lot of people were influenced by the Japanese style, and that was actually kind of incorporated into the American traditional design catalog, if you could call it that. But most of the people back in the day getting tattooed were like sailors, guys in the Marines, and a lot of the designs had to do with that. The swallows represented how many nautical miles you've traveled on a ship. So I believe it's after I'm not sure what it is, to be honest, like 5,000 or something nautical miles, you get a swallow. Then after another 5,000, you get another swallow. The knuckle tattoos, Hold Fast and True Love, those were supposedly good luck to help you if you got into turbulent weather, you wouldn't fall off the ship. Hold fast, They used to get a pig and a rooster tattooed on their feet to help them if they did fall overboard. Supposedly the pig and rooster would help them from drowning out in the ocean.
How I view American traditional, it's not something that it has to be stuck to the meaning. It's a different type of meaning to whoever gets them now. It's not quite as textbook as it was like when it started in the 40s. I've always kind of been drawn to that sort of art, that style, in terms of the just stories that it tells and the meanings behind them. My most meaningful one is probably a toss-up between my forearm, which is a compass, and it says "I know I'm lost," and that's pretty much the representation of kind of my life, like through growing up. Like I moved when I was 15 and to the middle of nowhere practically. It was this huge ordeal between my two parents on why I was moving and who I was going to live with, and then later on in high school it was like deciding where to go after going to college, and it didn't really work out, and all that sort of thing. And it's a lyric from one of my favorite songs, but it's kind of transformed into more than that. My other, probably the other most meaningful one is I have a slice of pizza in my armpit, and it basically, when I was 15, I designed this shirt for a company or an organization that I work for, and it got me really involved with them. I've worked with them for almost 4 years now, and it's definitely an important part in my life. So it's pretty meaningful, even though it's a really stupid thing to have tattooed on your body.
Personally, I think most tattoos are kind of like the roadmap of someone's life. You know what I mean? Like right now, Debbie's getting a tattoo of her granddaughter. It's something very personal. Big part of her life. Yeah, I think it's kind of like wearing your heart on your sleeve. You know what I mean? People, whatever they care about the most deeply, are going to get that tattooed on them. I think a lot of times people choose things. People that choose tattoos based on the artwork, there's some sort of subconscious reason why. Sometimes I don't know why certain things appeal to certain people, but I think sometimes it's even a lot deeper than what we understand ourselves. Why does one guy choose a snake over a panther, or a tiger over an eagle, or a pretty girl's face over a devil head? Why do we choose the things that we choose? I have tattoos for all three of my children. I have a tattoo for my wife, my parents. Those are all significant, road marks in my life. And some people only get tattooed. Their tattoos only have, significant meaning. And then some of us, it's just crazy, and we just get our whole bodies tattooed for some reason. Getting tattooed is it's always been kind of a cultural thing, right now, bigger than it's ever been in our, American and worldwide culture. And socially, I think it's just like completely different now than it ever has been. I mean, I tattoo doctors, I tattoo school teachers, principals, I tattoo all kinds of people. Everybody's getting tattoos, whether they get one little tattoo or they get their whole body tattoo. I guess a person who just gets one tattoo and, goes on with the rest of their life, never gets another tattoo. I guess, they're just not as, passionate about it, you know what I mean? Person like me, I have my entire body tattooed. It's, something I've dedicated most of my adult life to. Like, some people don't want to get their whole body tattooed, so that's pretty normal. But most people in our society now are totally understanding if they see somebody with their whole body tattooed. It's like art imitating life or life imitating art, which one happened first? Like, all these kids are running around with, these crazy geometric tattoos, and then, you see it on Instagram or whatever, and then more kids want to do it, it's interesting. It's interesting how different styles come and go and get popular and fade away. Just like fashion, if you're getting something that's like a mandala or geometrical, that's going to be hard to that's more abstract, so that's not really going to document anything. That's purely for the art, I feel like. So if you're going to document something, you're probably talking about like black and gray or maybe a traditional style tattoo. There's always that group of people that just really likes the old school traditional look. Tried and true. Sometimes it's just an emblem, and people can see it like an eagle and just think, oh, that guy's probably really patriotic or something, Doesn't always necessarily mean that, but people will definitely see something and then put a meaning to it, I have a lot of religious tattoos on me, but I'm not a very religious person, you know what I mean? I just like the artwork, so people will see that and think all the time, like, oh, this guy must be Catholic or something, or go to church all the time, which I definitely don't.
Do you think there's a difference between tattooed people and people with tattoos? Because comparing me to you, I only have the one tattoo and it's not visible at all. It's on my ankle.
I think, personally, there is sort of a difference in just terms of aesthetics, and it's something that is definitely dedication to it. You're dedicated to that artwork. You're dedicated to that sort of thing. And when you have smaller ones, or just ones that are not visible, I think they're tattoos. They're the same as anybody's, but it might be something that's either more personal to you, or you just might be more cautious. But I think when people get tattoos, I think they get them for the same reasons. Like, it's documenting at some point in your life. And whether or not that's just because you were stupid and partying, or because you're wanting to document like this extreme change in your life. No matter where you get it tattooed, it still means the same thing.
Do you believe that tattoos should be a form of documentary art?
I think they are inherently, because they're something that, no matter what it is, it could be anything, but it's still documenting whether or not you mean it to a point in your life and something important to you, or some stupid decision. So I think just inherently they are a documentary.